Hello all, I hope everyone is doing amazingly well. Today for our daily collective we are doing a pick a card, okay? It is the weekend, so I thought we'd do something a little bit different. So we've got group 1 here with the obsidian here, we've got group 2 and we have group 3. I'll give you a little bit of time, 10 seconds to choose which one that is pulling you in more, okay? And then later I will put the timestamps, or there will be timestamps below for which group you have chosen. You can go straight to it. You may want to pick 1, 2 or all 3 or none at all, and if nothing is coming out for you, perhaps you're going to get something from each individual group. So yeah, I'll give you 10 seconds to tune in and see which one you would like to pick, and then we'll go ahead. Okay, no problem. So we're going to have a look at group 1 first of all. See what comes out here for you. Now the tarot that we'll do last. So right off the bat, I see that this is a little bit of challenging energy for you, group 1. Wow, so we have 2 majors in the tarot. We have the Tower and we have Temperance energy, so Scorpio and Sagittarius. We also have the 2, actually I thought it was the 2 of Swords. We have the 2 of Swords on the table. We have the Page of Swords and we have the 4 of Pentacles. I do get this feeling straight away here that you want to do the right thing in some sort of situation, and your main energy is the Strength, which is, the card of Leo. It's also like that healing energy, that's having a lot of courage and also spiritual strength. You may feel like it's not the right time yet, or you may need to look into something a little bit more, or get some more information, research something here. And because this card came out in the reverse, which is the answering the call, the time is now, I have to acknowledge this came out in reverse. And the reason is because there is some sort of mental confusion here about a new beginning that is being offered to you. And Spirit's asking you to to create some sort of sacred space here so you can embrace this new beginning. And maybe the time is not now. Maybe it's not like today or this week even, or even this month. And it is time for a deep dive to get more balance, especially on an emotional level, how you feel. And these cards from the Seasons of the Witch are actually quite deep energy. This also came up in the reverse. But I'm going to leave it in the upright right now. It's the number 4, which talks about stability and balance and safety and security and solidity in something, in some sort of transformation. We have butterflies on this card, and some sort of beauty that wants to come in. And you may be really concerned that it's like how it's going to affect others as well. But you will be receiving a precious gift with this diamond energy here. And I do feel it's the Ace of Wands in the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here, with this beautiful Yang energy, this Ace of Wands type of energy, okay, which is creativity and power and charisma and confidence. So what is it you're so conflicted about, group 1? The time if you feel the time is not now and you need to look into something in a much deeper level, then to get more emotionally balanced, to make some sort of decision, because the first card we do have is that decision, and being in two minds about a situation, a person, and you know, maybe you feel it's not quite right time. Like, timing is critical. I say this a lot, like timing is everything. And this card says, in the uniqueness of who you are lives a world yet to be discovered. So I feel there's so much more that you can learn about yourself at this time. And it is through, in an emotional sense especially, so that you can make this decision with complete clarity and conviction in your emotions. You're doing the right thing. And the beetle spirit here is like, there's a lot of great fortune and gifts coming to you, and it all relates to the decision that you're making right now, okay? So the barrel card here, something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. And the mental conflict is, what can I do to change my life, to embrace and open my arms here? Choose some sort of satisfaction. So there's a lack of satisfaction, emotional satisfaction, and it's definitely linked to a decision here. We will clarify each of these cards, as well as having the tarot information here as well. And Spirit wants to remind you that you are unique and different with the sunstone. The sunstone may be significant here. And this girl on this picture, whether it's a male or female, it doesn't really matter, has got two different coloured eyes. That may mean something to someone, blue and green. And then this opportunity, because we have the world energy here as well, is opening up for you, and Spirit wants you to embrace any new opportunities that come your way. But you need to create some sort of sacred space here for yourself, whether that's an altar, whether that's just literally going into hermit mode for a while to have that deep dive with the swan spirit. Because the time will come for you to make the decision, so you won't feel lacking anymore. You may be even in two minds whether this new opportunity, which I feel a lot of you know what the new opportunity is. What was I going to say? Maybe you have some brain fog, especially with this two of swords here. But a lot of you already know what this is, and you can see or taste or feel this new opportunity. And, you know, you will embrace it. I do feel, Group 1, I do feel you embrace it, but I don't feel, it's like it's now or never, or like once you've made this decision, that's it, it's final. So it's really important that you get your mind clear. There may be pros and cons to the choice, and you're weighing up these pros and cons, especially like if others are involved. And the surrender card we have is surrender the habit of people pleasing. And this says, speak your needs and be true to yourself. So I feel that you need to speak your needs possibly to another, but it's more like to yourself, like what do you need out of life to be fulfilled? Because you are lacking here in something, but the opportunity is right there for the taking. So you can you can even see it, or like I said, a lot of you know what this good fortune or this gift is. I mean, if this choice, and you know the new opportunity or the new beginning, or the, you know, it can be a project, can be a person. If you know it's going to bring you a sense of abundance, like completely being fully satisfied, why wouldn't you make the choice to just go for it? So it tells me that there's others involved here, or at least one other person. It could be at a love level, because we do have that swan spirit, and this masculine energy of the Ace of Wands can talk about, love as well. And you will embrace this new thing. But like I said, it may involve others, or it may affect someone else on an emotional level, and you want to know you're doing the right thing. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone happy. So I think group one, you have been in this time frame, this cycle of putting others first, and possibly in the past not making decisions on your own needs but on others. But Spirit's asking you here to embrace this new beginning and look for yourself on a heartfelt level, on a mental level, on all your bodies, right? What is going to make you feel fulfilled? Because something is lacking in your life. It can be a sense of adventure as well. Okay, so the tarot we have is the Tower. So there is change coming, like it or not. Here I come, okay? And you know that this big change is going to bring you excitement and happiness and joy, and possibly meeting others or like-minded kindred spirits. And Spirit is asking you to have the strength to make the choice for your own happiness, to be able to embrace this gift and new opportunity, okay? And then we have this getting your emotions in balance. This is also the Angel of Divine Timing. Right on this, answering the call card. So the change will come, and Spirit is giving you spiritual strength, but also giving you sort of like a time frame here. Whatever that time frame is, it may be a week, it may be a month, it may be you. I feel a lot of you like have all maybe put a time frame on yourself. Maybe something needs to happen first, or you need to see something more clearly, because we've got the Page of Swords. So it's like getting more information, or looking into something a little bit deeper so that you have the pathway ahead clear. I'm hearing like the pathway ahead will be clear, so you'll be able to go for something instead of like it's trying to figure out the paperwork or all the loopholes first before you actually make a decision, whether this is telling someone you're moving on, or telling someone, because I do feel there's others involved with this people pleasing, and it's sort of like Spirit's asking you to let go and stop hanging on so tightly to an old paradigm, to an old timeline, when you know it's not working for you. And there's a world in you that is yet to be discovered, and you know this, group one, okay? You know that there's so much more to you, there's so much more that you can do with your life or give to the world than you do now, but you have to make a decision or release something first to be able to open that freedom up for you. Okay, let's see what else we have. Why is the Tower here? Why is the Tower here? Seven of Wands. Possibly the decision. Obviously, if it affects other people, can be in the workplace too, so related to your story. If this is your story, it is. If it's not, maybe pick group 2 or 3 and see what's in there for you. But the Seven of Wands talks about you're expecting some sort of fight, possibly from another, about the changes that you want to bring in. And I do feel this tower is of your own creation. Yes, we can create our own towers. I've created a few in my life through my decisions, some right, some wrong. So it's like you want to be at a vantage point at a higher level here. So when you make the decision, you're almost ready to fight, like you're expecting a fight, and maybe you are getting a fight. Maybe people will come against you that say, group 1, you can't do that, because that would mean you're leaving my energy, and then what am I going to do? So you need to put yourself first here. Remember, we had to surrender the habit of people pleasing. And there's a need here to speak your needs get clear, and in time, when the time is right, create this tower and speak your needs and be true to yourself and focus on your own happiness. And even though it may cause some conflict, or you may feel like you have to answer for, like you have to clarify to another why you're making this decision and why you're making it the time you're making it. And yeah, I mean, it could have to do with Sagittarius or Scorpio as well, but I do feel others are involved here. But you have to put yourself first, group one, because it is what ultimately is going to bring this great fortune, this precious gift, and not being lacking anymore in whatever area, love, money, goals, whatever, okay? Your decision is going to affect your life in a positive way, your tower that you create, but you are on guard. You are like ready for a fight. Yeah, okay. You will be successful with winning that fight though. I'm just going to say, like, you will walk away successful because we have the world again. Because the cycle has ended. Possibly in a couple of areas of your life. Perhaps you want to move away from the house or the home that you're in and move from the job and move across the world and travel and work. That would be a double tower, right? Why is the patience here? Spirit is reminding you to take your time. You will know in divine timing when it is the right time to voice what you need to another especially, and to actually action a decision or a calling you have, because this is the answering the call card under. So create that sacred space for yourself to support you, and Spirit will help you, Chariot, Cancer energy, to make this choice, because it's the towers here in your reading. It's going to affect a lot of things and possibly people. The Spirit is trying to lead you here, so ask Spirit for guidance. Ask your spirit guides to show you the way, and ask your angels to protect you. You will be led in the right direction, okay? One more card on the Temperance. And it's about alchemizing the knowledge and wisdom and everything you've learned into a powerful moment, I'm hearing, where you're able to step into some sort of independence and freedom. Because this is what's waiting for you: celebration, happiness, building a new solid foundation from what you've already built. Like, you've already got a foundation, but building on. And a lot of this will be on the lessons. And acknowledging the lessons that you've learned and that you've gone through. Okay? So it's time to get curious, especially about yourself at an emotional level, what it is that's going to give you this precious gift, this diamond energy, this good fortune. You're creating your own luck here, but you're waiting for this communication, and you're waiting to communicate to yourself that it's the time, and it's not the time yet, group one, okay? But you will know when it is, because you've got double opportunities here with the world. A possible double ending, possible ending of a relationship and like a home environment, who knows, okay? But the Page of Swords is asking you to get curious about your emotions and make friends with your emotions, so that you can feel into this at a deeper level and do what your heart truly desires. What else do we have on this Page of Swords? Yeah. And the Hanged Man sees things from everyone's viewpoint and looks outside the box, which is telling me there's a bit of a like healing, a lot of a healing within your emotional heart chakra here. And see, like, without being critical of yourself, See how you contributed to a situation that possibly broke down, or what part you played in it as well. Like seeing things from a different side. So this is a really deep dive into your relationship with yourself at an emotional level. And emotions aren't just love, right? They're anger, there can be all sorts of things. Fear is an emotion, anger is an emotion. So, make a list of emotions. See how each choice you make, and without being critical, okay, group one, this is not like an exercise in being critical, but it is an exercise in purging, in releasing it, in bringing it to the surface, seeing it from a different perspective, or like something you possibly did, or if you were angry at someone, how it possibly made them feel. So it's or not just yourself, but seeing how your actions possibly, or speech, or whatever it was, affected someone else as well as yourself, and what part you played in things, of course without the criticism, because we don't want to criticize, but this is about what we've learned from the situation. And bring love and empathy and compassion, possibly not just to yourself, but when you have to, if it involves another, to talk, to bring understanding, compassion. Because I feel that this tower that you're going to create is going to affect people in a very fearful way, because they're losing you, and in some sort of way, especially if you're obviously breaking up with a person, but you can't also stay in that relationship if you're not fulfilled, and if you know that you want to do something with your life, and they're not supportive of you, or whatever your story is here. So this hanging on and is not going to support you. This needs to be in the reverse, and Spirit's going to support you for it to be in the reverse, to let go. Okay. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? And embrace the new beginning with that beautiful moon energy. Embrace the new beginning. Page of Cups energy. When you let go, I think on a mental level, group one, you've already sort of moved on, but you haven't actually actioned you're in this Seven of Pentacles. Not only needing to do that emotional work, but and looking at where you are in your life right now. So you're putting some sort of barrier here as well. So because when you voice what you're going to voice and create this tower, there's going to be people, but I love you, right? But I want you in my life, but I love you. Please don't go. I'm sorry if I did anything to affect. It's not about someone else. It's about you, group one. Okay, so it's not about another person here. This is about what's going to fulfill you in your life. And you need to follow that and action this and follow that passion and embrace it, whatever choice you make, and do the very best with the choice you make that you can. Make it work, make it work, make it worthy of your choice. Make that action, the outcome, worthy of it, and you will, because you're going to embrace it. One more card. Queen of Cups. So we have a lot of empathy. We have the Strength card at the bottom of the deck to finish this reading. And if you want to look at group two, go and see if there's anything in there. But the Queen of Cups is loving, compassionate. She's caring. She's a nurturer. And it's really important now, group one, that you nurture your own needs, but you also are aware of how your tower that you're going to create, and Spirit is supporting you with this. Just know that you've got double strength and the Chariot. But you're very aware how it's going to affect some other people. And Spirit's saying it's time for you, group one, to move into a timeline where you're not always putting other people first all the time. And I mean, you can to a certain degree, but it's been like a long road where you've put others first because you never knew exactly what you wanted yourself, and now you're realizing it. So embrace it. That was your reading. Let's put these cards away. I can sort all these cards out later. We have Pisces, Cancer there in your reading, by the way. Lots of water energy, Leo, Sagittarius as well. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Okay, let's have a look and see for group 2. So if you chose group 2, let's have a look and see what's here for group 2. Oh, nice. I feel some energy vampire straight away here, but I do feel success for you, group 2. Wow, this is really beautiful. Group 2. Let me just have a look at the cards, guys, because I haven't seen them. I shuffled them face down. I have not seen them until now, okay? Wow, this is amazing. There is a risk you are taking, group 2. Not everyone is going to be happy. Trust me with this. You have energy vampire energy here, and possible people trying to hold you back from some sort of success. Your main energy is the Star. You've been through a very long healing journey, and you know we're all going through healing, but you are at a pivotal point here where you know exactly. It's very similar to group 1's reading, okay? If you pull towards group 1 as well, go back there. But like, you have a very strong energy, Aquarius, of, and we are in Aquarius timeline, that you know exactly, she's holding a pot here, you know exactly what you want to water, you know exactly what you want to nurture. And in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Star has, you know, all the little stars around the big one, and I feel that you've already accomplished so much, group 2, in your life. And we have the card of success with the Star. They're actually icicles, but the Star on it in the middle, or a cross. And this is Spirit saying it's time to embrace the biggest star in the sky, which is you, group 2. You are a star. So there's a few things coming through here. You may be really being noticed right now, or acknowledged for a job well done at work, in your career. You may be at a pivotal point in like a social media project. I'm also picking up where people are noticing you, and your content is getting out there, and you've put a lot of hard work in, and like now you're seeing the benefits. There's a lot of things that this could be, but the main energy here is that you're embracing this star, and you're growing or nurturing it to not just become one star now. It's almost like you're planting, I'm seeing you planting the biggest star on the card in the Rider-Waite-Smith. Let me see what tarot we have here. We don't have the Star, but you're planting the biggest star on the card. I think a lot of you, if you watch tarot, you know what that card looks like, and I'm not going to start trying to find it now, but that star is going to create a whole new universe for you, not just like a star. So you're coming into a time, and this can involve risk, because we have the card of Fool card energy, this like risk, possibly a risk in love or in a career path. It can be whatever your bliss is, because this card says navigating by the stars which is following your bliss. So there could be something here about astrology as well, or astronomy, like stars may be significant to you. I feel someone's got a star necklace as I'm talking, or a star charm as well. But this is such beautiful energy because you know yourself so well, group 2, right now. You know yourself and you're ready to take the risk. And I don't feel that if you have to wait a certain amount of time, I don't feel it's going to be long. It's definitely going to be before the end of the year that you're watching this, because this is a timeless reading. Okay. I feel that at a successful level, because of all those little stars, right, because of all the hard work you've done up to now, you've gained some sort of 9-9 here, so September significant, but you've gained some sort of possible tangible wealth, material wealth. You've done the hard work on a literal level. You've possibly saved finances or something. It's going to allow you to take a risk. So this could be like travel, this could be moving away. You have the money, you have the resources for something, like you don't have to worry, possibly on a financial level. Or this is something you want to gain. But I feel for a lot of you, group 2, you already have a lot of success in your life in regards to finances, okay, or anything tangible. Perhaps you've recently paid off your home, or you have enough in your account to say, like, now we can go travel around the world, or there's something very independent here about your reading, and it's really nice. And also, like, I'm not looking at the cards right now, I'm looking at the wall, but I almost want to look away because it's sort of like not embarrassing, but like, whoa, group 2, like, you got it all type of energy. So this is a really beautiful reading. Now, I did talk about energy vampires. We have the bat spirit in the tea leaf oracle. If I can pick it up. Take care, enemies are working against you. And the bats come out at night, right? Don't take it too much literally as a warning, but this is like others not being happy about this success that you're coming into or that you're in right now, because you're possibly moving away from this group of people, person, whatever, whoever, work colleagues, whatever, okay, however it relates to you. And their unsuccessful plans, because you have unsuccessful plans, are unraveling. They thought they had you, group 2. They thought they had you under your grip, under your thumb. They thought they had you, but they didn't. Because you knew all along what they were doing. You were possibly using as well, like, their naivety and gullibility to your advantage, but not in a mean way, in a like, I know what you're up to and you're not going to get past me, but I'm not going to let you know what I'm up to, because you are, group 1, a being of light. And some people, and for some of you, a lot of you, you'll know who these people are because you've known this for a while, and possibly you've used something to your advantage to get where you want. Let me example this. It's almost like you don't like your job and your boss is an a-hole, right? But you obviously need the job at the time. It's paying super good money, and you just are a bit of a yes man, but you know that at some point you're leaving and you're gonna like stick the bird, sort of like, not literally, but maybe you will, at the boss and say, you know, I've been playing you. So there's a lot of strategy here in your MO, I want to say, and good for you, okay, especially if someone's been negative or trying to get out of you just something for them. There's a beautiful energy of hermit energy here as well, where you're following your bliss. You're possibly following astrology as well, if you're an astrologer, or you really follow astrology, waiting for some sort of right time to take that. He's walking at night here. Maybe you're going somewhere literally at night, or you're, you know, slipping out in the, what's the saying, like a thief in the night. I'm getting that energy, but it's not negative. It's extremely strategic, group 2. And you have the third eye vision, again, the number 9. So you have 999 here. So look at what that means on your search engine, right? 999, in regards to what this relates to, career, love, whatever, okay? And the third eye is a beautiful chakra because it's the complete knowing and acknowledging of your human self, right? We are two entities in one being. We have our human self and our higher self, that voice, the essence of you, right? That voice within. And you're really getting in touch with this at this time. And you're reclaiming, this says reclaiming your mind. You're reclaiming not just your mind, but your soul, your spirit, your emotions, with the choice, with this new beginning, with this come to the edge, with this risk that you're taking. And it's really beautiful. And you're supporting your human self and very aware of your emotions. So make friends with those, because you've got to a point here where you're not reacting anymore, or someone else's temper tantrum, or the enemy that's against you, or that wants you to be stagnant, because they're not your friends, right? If they want you to be stagnant and not grow, I mean, I wouldn't call them enemies, but they don't want the best for you, because if they did, they would give you the freedom and let go of the reins. This can be in a love relationship as well. But the third eye, using your third eye, and your third eye is your higher self, right? That essence of you, when you listen to that inner voice, that voice within, and you're supporting your emotions that you're possibly feeling in regards to this, because I'm not saying there's not fear attached to it. There is, there could be. And you can, and I haven't looked at the tarot yet that we've got here. But with the decision, because we've got the antelope spirit, which is the number 2, if you put this on the side, it does show an 8, okay, which is magician energy. And the number 2 is the high priestess energy. So I feel that you've already started creating a pathway for you, group 2, for yourself, to follow your bliss, to come to the edge, to take the risk. And for a lot of you, you have the finances, especially, or the tangible to do so. And intuitively, you're really supporting your human self by using your inner voice to move things forward. And life is speeding up, this card says. Okay, life is moving forward. But you know what it's moving forward to, group 2? It's moving forward to the 10 of Cups. Absolute, complete, emotional contentment. Now, I'm thinking about the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is more of it's a Virgo energy. We talked about the Hermit there. You may be a Virgo. And we have 999 here, so very Virgo. It's also September energy. But the 9 of Cups, which isn't in the reading, but it's about after you've, or while processing the 8 of Cups, the healing, you're really focused on yourself and what fills you up on an emotional level. The 10 of Cups, like, this is very self-satisfaction, but in a good way, right? Because you have to be full within your own emotions. You have to do something you're satisfied and is going to fill you, right, up with happiness and joy. And it's almost like a training ground as well, because the 10 of Cups includes others. So this could involve others and family where life is starting to get, with the decisions and choices you're making and following your own bliss, it's almost like you're putting out this huge light to others. Protect yourself. Remember, the more light you shine, the more shadows you'll cast. People like to come into the shadows, don't they, to get what they can and then leave. But what you are attracting, because you have been through that 9 of Cups, and I feel you're probably in it right now, you're attracting the 10, which is being able to give to others and being able to give back. So it's almost a very selfish energy right now, group 2, but in a very good way, where you're just focusing on your own bliss. And there will be people around you that say, damn it, group 2 is moving on. Like, I've been unsuccessful in my plans. You could have even had some like spells or things cast against you, or bad words or like bad juju passed against you by people that don't want to see you succeed. They're not your friends, they're your enemies, they're your frenemies. Perhaps you do have frenemies, but if you do, you know this group 2 already. And what is coming next, I almost want to split these 2 sections of these 8 cards, because I do feel what's coming next is you're able to, your cup overfloweth type of thing. You're able to really support a family, other people, a partner, or just like the general community, perhaps volunteering. Perhaps that's part of your dream, to give back to others. And Virgos are very at service. So like I said, you may have Virgo in your chart, very Virgo orientated reading here, 999 and etc. And you're emerging, like, it's almost like you've been in the dark for some time, and this fern is emerging up through these butterflies, and it's the light in the darkness. You are the light in the darkness, group 2, okay? You are the light in the darkness. Be careful though, protect your energy. And then we have this beautiful card from the Seasons of the Witch Oracle. Lean into the essence of receiving, for there await the things you have been telling yourself are out of reach. So these are very deep cards, and I don't want to go too much into the what's on the pictures, but there is like butterflies, crows, birds. There's a fox here. Is it a fox? Yeah, there's a couple of candles. You've been in a period or a timeline, especially in Capricorn season, because that's really coming out. Now you're in Aquarius season, right, with the star being here. But you've been through a period that you've overgiven, and that's possibly why you have these people going, group 2 is going, where are they going? Like, I need them. I've been taking off them for so long. What am I going to do now without them? They may have even been planning like to take something from you, group 2, okay? But your season is not just about, like, this season is not about just giving, because you can still give. We just talked about charitable work, but it's receiving. The essence of receiving. And the essence reminds me of a card in this deck, which is beauty. I've got beauty, strength, and grace. I just had to split that deck. Beauty, strength, and grace. Leaning to the essence of receiving. So this essence, and we talked about the essence of yourself, which is your higher self, which is like that little voice that talks to you within, with your feeling, your soul, your spirit. We know we're two different, like we're 2 entities in one. Receiving from spirit what is so right and meant for you. And there's something into opening up to receive love from another, or even gifts and tangible things, and compliments. It could be a myriad of things, because you are the light in the darkness. And the right people are going to be magnetized towards that light. So open up to receiving love, compliments, compassion, joy, love from others. Perhaps you have been telling yourself this out, that's been out of reach, but you maybe haven't met the right group or of people or work colleagues or love interest. And with this being here, it tells me it's coming up for you. So take a risk in love. Embrace the 10 of Cups. And I feel this is going to happen quite quickly for you, group 2. I don't think, like, if you're watching this, it's going to be like, and this is timeless reading, but this is like a couple of months away, I do feel. Especially if we get another 2 here. Let's see what's here. King of Cups, some of you are connecting with a masculine water sign. I nearly said fire sign, so you could be connecting with a fire sign. In the tarot, this is my King of Love. It doesn't have to be a particular sign. if this is your energy, you're really like in a mature way following your bliss and what you want to do. For some of you, this is leaning into a partner, masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter, and leaning into a group of people, a partner, a new love interest that is going to give to you what you deserve. And this may be connected to a love interest that you possibly have now that you are, I want to say, expecting to leave, okay? Or maybe you're not going to leave them, and I'm not telling anyone to at all, would never do that. But there's been so much taking. And I think behind the scenes, group 2, you just are aware of this, and you've just been putting away, especially on a tangible level, okay? Especially on a financial level. There's a need here to open up to love. Because maybe you felt that love has always been out of reach to you, love from a child, love from a partner, whatever. But you felt that it's been out of reach. You put others first so much that you have forgotten who you are, which is a wonderful, magical, light being that deserves love. And the only person that kept it out of reach is you in the past. But now it's open, there's a needing to open to receive now, okay? And there's a lot that's very deep, because I think it comes back to trauma and fear. If I love someone enough, they'll love me back. Perhaps you've been in situations with people that haven't loved you back, and you've given and given and given, and they haven't reciprocated, okay? But you're stepping into a timeline with the 10 of Cups where you are making the choice to follow your higher self and your bliss and take a risk. And we have the 2 of Swords, which is about denial, denying yourself, and also not seeing the bigger picture and needing to really look at your emotions. Group 1 had the swan spirit, so I'm seeing that in my mind's eye as well. Information coming in, Knight of Swords, and you got the 8 of Cups. Let's clarify the tarot here. So who or why is the King of Cups here? Strength, Leo. This whole reading, group 2, is knowing your worth. I feel you're realizing it. You may have realized it for the past, I'm going to say, few months. I wouldn't say few years, because I feel that this following your bliss and movement forward would have happened before then otherwise. And like possibly a masculine is also giving you strength, or your partner is giving you strength, or your husband, your wife, whatever, to follow your bliss and have the strength to do so. This could also be guides from the spirit world supporting you, a father figure, a mentor, but someone I do feel is propelling you and giving you some sort of strength and saying you are wonderful, you are beautiful, you do deserve love. Nine of Pentacles again. And energetically level, I do feel this is like you stepping into a more mature energy where you're like, it wasn't all for nothing. Like, look at me now. I can now not only give but be open to receiving, because I have confidence, I have self-worth, I have the strength to receive. And it may have been a long time, you may have been on this healing journey here for a long time, and you're possibly still going through it, but you've got to a point where you're starting to know your worth here. And how strong you are, not only like from what you've been through, but where you are now, and for others, like how strong, like how you can give your love to others and your strength. And a lot of that's got to do with that 10 of Cups, right? But you've also got to receive, and I do feel that you will with the right person. And especially if it's a love relationship. Now you have the Empress. I'm laughing because, like, I was talking about the High Priestess before, right? And on the split there, we've got the Death card. So you are elevating to a whole nother level. Group 2, this is a beautiful reading. With the blindfold on and the Two of Swords and this clarifying it, it's almost like saying you've opened your eyes now to see how worthy you are of elevating yourself. You are a star. You are a light being. And to be able to move forward, and move forward you definitely will. Okay, why is the information card here? I mean, maybe this is just the information that you need to hear, because that Knight of Swords is going straight towards the Empress and Death energy, Scorpio, Taurus, Libra. We've also got Leo and Aquarius here. You're going straight towards putting yourself first, and putting yourself first includes the art of receiving. Because by receiving, you know you're worthy of that gift, that act of love, whatever it is. It's time to receive, Group 2. It's time to receive this opportunity, this doorway opening, and possible tangible opportunity. Now, we've got 2 9 of Pentacles and 1 Ace now, so that makes the 10 of Pentacles. Spirit wants me to talk about this deceit or this strategy others may have. It's not going to work. Perhaps someone watching is worried about this backed card. Enemies that are working against you. Okay. So I feel that you're being very strategic. But there could be someone incoming here that is trying to stop you or halt your success. Okay, because that spirit just wants me to let you know that's not going to work. That's not part of your soul journey. That person isn't part of your journey. They're part of your healing, but they're not part of your future. And for a lot of you, you're coming into, if you're watching this and you're interested in love, you're coming into a union, I do feel, that is, oh, I'm getting the chills. It's almost like this person's almost like mirrored your own life. Like they've also been through very similar experiences to what you've been through. It could be an Emperor. You've got the Emperor and the Empress there. Show me the in Aries. 8 of Cups. You're not letting anyone get anything past you, so don't worry about the backed and the that's, you know, the clarification of that is someone's trying to come between you and your success, but it's unsuccessful. Their plans will not succeed. And it can be a Tower. Oh my goodness, Group 1 got the Tower. So with the 8 of Cups, the only one we are missing is the 9 of Cups here. And this is, if you're watching this in September 2025 or August 2025, this is a timeless reading. You could be watching at any time. But we have 2 eclipses in September 2025, and again in Virgo. And then you've got Scorpio season. So between like possibly September 25 and Scorpio season, right up until the end of November, there's huge shifts for you, Group 2. And you're creating this Tower. You're creating this. And no, not everyone is going to be happy about your success, about your moving on, about yourself putting yourself first, about you shining your light. But you will attract the right people or person into your life. Because I feel the Ace of Pentacles is you gifting your human self with an opportunity to grow and to have a new start. Why is the Tower here? A lot of people don't like the Tower. You're seeing things from a completely different, you're aware now. I feel you've been aware for a while, but you're completely aware of what road you want to go forward on, of what you want to do. You may not have actioned something yet or told someone something, but I feel that's coming in if you haven't. Why else is the Tower here? Pisces energy. The Devil. Wow. There's going to be a very disappointed group of people or person in your life coming up, group 2. But it's because you are very aware, very super hyper aware of who you need to release, or what you need to release to be able to elevate, Death card, in your life. So you have double Scorpio and Capricorn. If you're watching this in 2025, before the end of this year, you are definitely elevating. And you're moving away from possible attachments that, you know, are not good for you, and you know you need to move on. But the Devil card is also reminding me to tell you to protect your energy and to be very aware, situationally aware, spatially aware of the people around you and the energy that you're surrounding yourself in, because there is going to be disappointment here. I don't feel this is your energy. I feel that you're already like literally running across this bridge and someone's putting their head down, either embarrassed or they're disappointed big time, because you're emerging. And you know, when that plant is in the dark forest, it pulls up towards the light, right? I remember I had a palm in my house, and it was a cheese plant actually, and I had it inside, and you can have them inside, but it would lean towards the light. This is you're leaning towards the light, which can talk about justice energy as well. And perhaps group 2, you haven't felt like a lot of things you've done are supportive of other people in the past, or there may be situations or decisions that you didn't, you know, in hindsight, that type of thing, you wouldn't have made those choices. But you're detaching from that, and that's part of your healing journey. And there's the Justice card. And it's almost like a very emotional release. So you could be like, I'm almost like feeling emotional about this reading, and I'm getting the chills so much. So just know that Spirit is around you. And you are really being protected to make this choice. But I want you to really focus on receiving. The Justice card is bringing things into balance and doing the right thing as well. And if you're watching this, like I said, in September 2025, and this is your reading, your life is going to change in exponential ways in the next couple of months. Okay, I didn't talk about this card. I forgot to talk about this card. We'll talk about it now. Surrender your attachments to the results. This is just like a caveat in a way that Spirit's saying. The formula for success, and we have the card of success, right? Is to do all you can to make things happen for you, let go of the results. So this is manifesting in the correct way. There is a manifesting video in the description box. It's one of the best ones I've found on YouTube. So if you want to go ahead and use that. But if we keep asking Spirit for the same things and they don't deliver, and it could be years that people manifest and want a certain thing to happen, it's not on your path, it's not part of your story. So it's important that you don't over manifest. You manifest what you think you want, and Spirit will bring what you need. But the most important thing here is to let go of the results. So there's this like very strong belief that you have, group 2, in yourself, and keep that strong belief up and at the foremost. But it is still a risk, whatever you're doing, whatever you're changing. but you need to follow your intuition here. Remember, holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it, and it may not be part of your story. But there's no harm in trying, sort of thing. So if you intuitively and on a higher self level, and you've got lots of signs also from the universe, and you just know you need to go in a particular direction, you need to follow that essence, like that feeling within you, and let go of how it's going to work out. As long as, right, you're doing, where's that justice energy, the right thing. I don't know where I put those cards. Okay. And because we have this justice, this karma, this balance, you've paid your debt, group 2, in regards to something, and you're getting very clear on what you want. Okay, this is such a beautiful reading for you, group 2. Okay. Let's have a look at group 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what we have here. If this reading, well, some things in this reading may ring true to you, some things may not. You can check group 1 and 2 and see what you can take of that as well. I've done group 1 and 2. I'm not giving anything away, but they were good readings. Let's see what's here for you. Okay. Group 3. The other groups had 3 cards. You have 4. There's a reason for that. These are your tarot. This is a timeless reading. I'm doing this reading at the beginning of Virgo season 2025. I will show the cards to the camera. Wow, you've got big energies here, group 3, okay. Wow. Now, I haven't seen these cards, so as I shuffle, when I get the cards ready, I always do them so that they're face down, so I can't see what they are. So I'm seeing these cards for the first time as well, okay. Let me just take in what's here. There is a very difficult energy, okay, at this point in your life. Remember, everything is like put in front of you or shown to you for a lesson, for a reason, for a season, but not for a lifetime. Because you've got the card of transformation, you've got the card of purification, purifying your energy. So there may be something here that you're dealing with, and Spirit's saying things will not always be the same. It's very interesting. We have the caterpillar on top of the butterfly, Spirit. Okay, and as everyone knows, the caterpillar turns into a butterfly. So there is a lot of transformation and change that you're going through, and it's possibly very confronting. You could also be dealing with a fair man, or relationship with a blonde man, a blonde, grey or white-haired fair man. It can be young or old, all right? This person could be causing you trouble. It could be a colleague, a boss, a partner, a brother. A fair weather friend, a foul weather friend, I'm hearing as well. It's really important that you use your intuition at this time, because there is like this energy vampire, this person, whoever they are, and it doesn't have to be a masculine, it can be like feminine as well, or just people, a group of people, family members, whoever this is, not wanting to see you move forward. It's almost like this was the story of group 2 before group 2's reading. But, you know, don't like click off and go look at group 2. You may want to look at it after this reading if you want to. But there is like, perhaps you're dealing with someone with this vulture spirit who takes from you. Who's the taker? They could also be dealing with depression, anxiety, or worry. Or you could be the one that's depressed or anxious or worried, and you're looking behind your back, that someone could be against you. You're either dealing with a situation where there's trouble right now, where something is coming to light, or you're being accused, or maybe you're the accuser, or someone else that you know is being accused and you're supporting someone else, okay? But there's something here about paranoia as well. Perhaps it's not as bad as you're creating. Perhaps you've been through so much that you just expect that it's going to be a drama, or like, I'm getting possible legal stuff here too, but it's not, group 2, okay? So there's this like paranoia here, and things will not always be this way. So if you're going through a difficult time with a person, or they're going through a difficult time, especially if they are, it's like for you possibly to support another right now, okay? Just say it's okay, it's not always going to be this way. You're being paranoid. It's not like what you think it is. There's almost like this feeling of you trying to convince somebody that what they're feeling is not true. And this could be you too. Maybe what you're feeling, group 3, is not necessarily true. Because I'm feeling the 9 of Swords energy. I want to have a look at what's in these cards. Yeah, we'll show those later. Someone may be very dissatisfied with what's going on in their life right now. This could be you, this could be someone you know, because we have the 4 of Cups. Someone could be stubborn right now, okay? This can be you, this can be someone else, I'm going to keep saying, okay? Because I do feel there's another person, or you're around a group of people possibly. You have 444 in your reading as well, so maybe you want to have a look at what that means on your search engine, you know, whatever this relates to in your life right now, whatever situation. But there's a dissatisfaction. Perhaps you're offering someone support and they don't want it. Now, if this is your energy, this could be like, you are saying that's not good enough. You treated me that way, that's not good enough. I don't accept your apology. And maybe you don't, group 3, and maybe you don't need to apologize, or you don't need to accept someone's apology. There's like a no, like here, there's a no, and there's also knowing your self-worth, which is really, really good. We have the 3 of Pentacles, partnership and alliances. And you have higher power. Now this can be your higher self, this can be spirit urging you to support someone here. Maybe they don't want it, or they're embarrassed to take this help from you, but there is sort of help from you to another, or from another to you. So Spirit is asking, Spirit is trying to support cleansing your aura right now, cleansing your energy. You have purification. There's a need possibly to spend time in nature. Water would be very good for your cleansing. This is like this woman, man, whatever, is in water, cleansing there. I actually watched this thing on YouTube Shorts, and it was a guru that was like, you should always, even if you don't want to wash your hair, before you shower, you should always wet the top of your head, which is your crown chakra first, right? Before you actually shower the rest of your body. And I'm like seeing that here. There's this purification. And then we've got purification by fire as well. Okay, so I'm getting more information here. There is, taking the other person out of this, and I don't want to keep saying that other person as or the other person or the other person. Like, you can relate it to how whatever, or whoever, or yourself. But there's something here about Spirit's saying number 1, number 2, so it's like I've got to list this. So like your own negative thinking, possible paranoia, making something more than it is, going from a difficult situation into an even more difficult situation, if you've heard the saying, out of the frying pan and into the fire. So you're currently in that frying pan, but not in the fire. The fire is around the pan, but not in the pan. So there could be something waiting to like explode here and go off, and you're trying to avoid it. And it may be paranoia though. It may be that you're worried something's going to happen when actually nothing is. So there's a really strong need here to work on your mind. I'm also picking up that, you know, there's sort of like spells you can do, and also releasing like that surrender energy, like on a full moon type of energy, where you write down things that you want to release and then you burn them. So this fire and water, and the water puts out the fire, and you can also use like releasing mechanisms and methods with water as well. Like you can wash that away, or even cleanse your body and affirm that you're washing any negativity away. So, and I'm being drawn to the dragonfly here, which is fragile. So you're possibly in a really fragile place right now, group 3. Like I feel that someone is watching this is not their reading, and they need to look at group 2 or 1. I just got that hit then, okay? There is also support around you. And I want to remind you, your spirit wants to remind you that things will not always be this way, but you do have to work on purifying, releasing something by fire or water. And like I said, the water will put out the fire. So by releasing your emotions, whether it be anger, anxiety, stress, worry, love, whatever it is, how you feel about yourself, it will put out that disturbance in the force, or that disturbing energy I'm hearing. Okay, when things are actually not as bad as they seem, but we always expect it because of what's in these tarot cards, okay, which I'll bring out in a minute. So Spirit is saying transformation is beautiful and doing the right thing. This is the number 11, justice energy. It's also Scorpio, right? So I'm making this video at the end of August 2025. So if you're watching this September and October, and I said this to group 2, like it's a really eye-opening time with the eclipses on the 7th and the 21st of September coming in for you, group 3, and it's going to change your life and change a lot of things about who you think you are. I want to say for group 3, like who you think you are, should be, have got used to being, or what others expect from you as well. And it is time, with the judgment energy, it is time to bring light in your life, okay? We have this living light energy, and see the beauty of life, yes. I love how the storyline plays out here, but you may need Spirit's help here with the higher power. So call upon your spirit guides, especially if you're doing like a purification by fire or water, exercise with, you know, writing things down, burning that paper, releasing it. There may be emotions attached. There will be, Spirit saying, emotions attached to this. But you're emerging into a timeline that has more beauty and more doors opening up, and you can see the light, like you can see clearer now. You can see the truth. Perhaps some truth is coming in that's going to change some things as well. And Spirit's saying to surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing, which is your human self, right? The ego is the human self. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your human self, I don't like to say ego because it brings about lots of connotations, right? Be patient and trust the universal flow. So perhaps, you know, on an ego related or human, let's say, okay, I just want to say human related level, and our human self wants, we want what we want our needs, whether it's financial, it's usually a tangible thing, right? Love as well, money, success, glory, the new car, the new home, contentment within a family situation. And if it's not happening as fast as we want, we need to look back at ourselves and see what we need to release here first. And it will happen when it's supposed to, but only when you're ready and you've done this healing work, group 3. And you will like see the light or come out of that darkness if you are in it right now, because we do have that like depression, anxiety. And you will see the truth and the changes within yourself, what you need to change, okay? And then we have the citrus fruits, which is such a beautiful card. There's so many different things in these cards, in the pictures of the Seasons of the Witch Oracle, right? But we have, I'll just say a few. We've got butterflies again, we've got crows and birds, an eagle, and some, I think it's rose quartz, and we've got some clear quartz as well, a snake, and fruits. It's time to surrender to your unraveling. So perhaps something's happened and you can't take it back, but you want to fix it. But it's time to just say, it is what it is. It's a lesson I have learned. Allow the waking sight, or I want to say light, to expand and illuminate you. So there's something like some truth coming here that you're going to be very clear on which direction. Not to put together possibly what has been unraveled with this anxiety and stress and, you know, support from others and etc., but to sort of like embrace the pain as well. And know for a greater good at some point in time, in divine timing, right? What you're realizing in time will expand and illuminate you, and possibly you'll be support to others in the future. I like to feel that everything I've been through and choices and decisions that I made, right and wrong, can somehow now illuminate others' lives and give other people hope. And that's what Spirit wants you to sort of like hold on to, especially if you have any emotional dissatisfaction as well in your life. So the King of Swords is here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This can be a masculine fire air sign. Okay, I've said fire sign. I've said that twice now. I did it in group 2. So it could be a fire sign. It could be someone in your life, but this is your energy, right, as well. So this group 3, especially if you're an air sign or have air heavily in your chart, Spirit's saying it's time to get really disciplined about what it is you need to release, about who it is you can trust, about your belief in Spirit, that in divine timing they will show you the light and you will see the beauty in life if you don't see it now. And ask Spirit to help you with any negative thoughts. You can get out of a situation here, but it does require discipline of mind to, and I want to say bravery, to be able to really be honest with yourself about the changes you possibly need to make, okay? It can be how we approach things, think about things, how we talk to others. It can be many things. We're not perfect. And your human body, your human self, right, is not perfect at all, but your higher self is. So like that higher self, and you've got that higher power, which is you, need to create space to see the beauty in life and to cleanse through fire or water. I want to say would be very good, or even look for support from others, because things will not always be this way and change is coming, but it does take some work here from you. and you will be grounded, and you will like get to where you want to be. Maybe do some grounding exercises as well as some releasing here. This King of Swords could be this fair man we talked about before, dealing with a relationship with a man with blonde, grey or white hair. I do feel it is a masculine. It can be feminine, but I feel it is a masculine. Why is the King of Swords here? Please like this video, group 3. I hope you're enjoying it. And there's a lot of advice here from Spirit that's very beneficial for you. One card, thank you. King of Cups. You may have some masculines around you, but I really want to relate this back to your energy, group 3, because there's this really strong, like, first of all, you have spirit guides that are wanting you to ask them for support. Why did I say that? Anyway, port. Okay. Then I just said the word port, or wanted to say the word port. And then we have 2 birds here on the King of Swords, which is Spirit wanting to help you. They're waiting in the wings. They want you to ask them. You're stepping into, like, do things from a heartfelt, mature level. Both kings are super mature in their mind and their heart. Be very clear with yourself when you're asking Spirit and you're talking from a higher self level, that essence of yourself, and be honest, because the King of Swords is honest, what they really want. And there's some sort of release coming here. By releasing and changing something in your life, it's going to bring about a huge sense of relief and knowing you've done the right thing. What's this card? 6 of Cups. So this understanding that, you know, this soul journey that you are on, that you've been on, is part of, Spirit just said, training ground. So that 5 of Wands energy, that training ground energy, training, because in the future, like, there's light, there's beauty, there's change, there's illumination, there's truth. And I want to say there's beauty again. And then you got Taurus energy, so external factors may be at play here for some, but that this being disciplined and getting disciplined about your life and what it is exactly that you want to bring in is really important right now. And to release things that are not priority by fire or water, like I said, would be very good. We've got the Knight of Wands. We've got the, yeah, so I talked about this in group 2. So some of these messages in here are related to group 2 as well. So some of you may want to go have a look at that. That was amazing reading. Knight of Wands is exciting messages coming in. Spirit wants you to set some sort of goal or plan something that you're going to be passionate about. So instead of sitting in this worry, anxiety, feeling people are against you, trouble, confusion, Spirit wants you to just step outside that for a moment and look at what you love to do, what you know would satisfy you. For me, I know it's my tarot. I know every time I sit here at my studio and I work and I do this, it is not work. It is complete and utter fulfillment for me. So what is it for you? Why is the 8 of Swords here? This feeling trapped within the mind. Remember, things will not always be this way. 5 of Cups. 5 of Swords. Wow. I'm getting that song, Where is the Love? Where is the love? I really need to know, because we're living in a world of hope. We belong to you and me. Okay, I think that's by the Bee Gees. Go ahead and look at that song and the lyrics. There could be something in this for you, in that song. This is really related to the 4 of Cups, this dissatisfaction. And if you're going through trouble and problems and conflict with people, especially I want to say friendships, family, and love situations. Like all those three could be different for each one of you. It is going to be better. It will change, but the change is within you. Hold on a second. Like the change will come about once you purify. And others may be disappointed that the choice you're making is to say no, right? Four of Cups is to say that's not good enough for me. I deserve more. Nine of Cups, right? But just have this conviction on a mental level that you can get out of if you're in a difficult situation and it's causing conflict and you're wanting to move on. You can release it. You can get out of it. And I'm being drawn back to the partnership and alliances. Maybe there's people in your community, organizations, support, help lines, okay, that can help you. Because for someone watching, I do feel it may be just one or two. They're going through a really difficult time. And Spirit will always support you. And things will not always be this way. And you can remove yourself from this, okay? And for some of you, it may not be that deep. It may just be that you want to have an adventure and get out of any stagnant energy, status quo type of thing, and focus on yourself. This is Virgo energy, that focus on yourself. And surrender and just be very honest. And once you're honest, you will release and you will be relieved. And you will have the illumination, the knowing, the truth, the light, to then put that back into yourself and to really nurture and protect that inner child. I'm getting here. And another children card. Like we've got children here, so I have to say that's a very generic level though, a baseline tarot. I don't want to do baseline tarot. It's going to take possibly some work to like get in touch with your inner child, group 3, to, you know, what you love and what you're passionate about. But you do have the capacity because you have the King of Cups and you have the clarity with the King of Swords. So there is within you this real strong nurture. Okay, I'm getting a couple of things here. There's this strong, at a strong level, knowing that you want to follow a different soul path. And yes, it could cause conflict, especially with others around you. But there's a need to nurture your inner child. I've also got nurture versus nature. You may have had a really hard childhood and been in situations you shouldn't have been in, or you shouldn't have seen or experienced. And there's a lot of trauma and pain from childhood which you need to possibly work on, and you have the strength to do this. You have 888 at the bottom of your deck. So there is a huge period of healing, and you will come out of it where things will be balanced for you, and in the right time, you'll be able to step into this transformation. Is beautiful, but the transformation is the healing. And healing of your inner child is very strong in your reading. So you may want to go to a spiritual healer and do a regression or a past life regression, inner child healing, even hypnotherapy for some, okay? One more card here. To heal that broken heart finally. To bring it from under the surface. I'm getting for a lot of you it's subconscious or not even being aware. And that's, you know, possibly on even a subconscious level, that's why you're guarded, or you've been through a lot and you're like, will things ever change for me? And they will. Things will not be this way. They will change, but it does depend upon your healing and putting that effort into to make that decision to really nurture that inner child and heal that inner child, and know that this too shall pass, and not everything will always be this way. Four of Cups again, but it came out in the reverse. So there is, like, after healing, I'm feeling like a time coming where you'll be more emotionally open and you'll be able to let love in and not be so guarded because of any heartbreak that's going on now or in the past. And you'll have, like, you'll draw people towards you that are equal with your energy. You may even want to find somewhere in your community or a chat group that you can talk about your experiences you've been through with others that have been through the same thing. So you've got that give and take of energy, that feeling of not being alone, because we did have the partnership and alliances card. You've got the Emperor to end your reading and the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I feel that I want to say, after healing and being through this purge, so to speak, this dark night of the soul, this purge, at least you don't have the Tower card. Group 1 and 2 got the Tower card, okay. You're able to wear your crown with pride, whether you're male or female. The Emperor has this red cloak of groundedness, no matter what he's been through, because he has armor under this cloak. He's grown strong because of that, whatever he's been through. And he's wearing his crown with pride because he has knowledge and wisdom. But it starts with you, Group 3. So that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. And please tune into any of my other videos online on the live section and the video section of my channel. And I really enjoyed doing these group readings. Go and look at Group 1 or 2 if this isn't for you. Maybe it isn't. Maybe you just chose the crystal and enjoyed looking at the crystal and thought that was for you, but maybe the reading wasn't. So go back and have a look and see if there's anything you can take out of Group 1 or 2. Thank you, and I will see you next time.